All of these items have one thing in common, and it's not that they're all melee. It's that you probably suck at using them. And that's okay. You probably don't know what you're doing wrong. This video is going to fix that. In case you're watching this video without ever having played Arkheron before, each melee weapon has its own combo. Some weapons have 3 swings, some have more, some have less. Swing 1 will do X damage on one weapon, but Y on another, pretty basic video game stuff. One thing extremely relevant about these combos though is that certain swings of the combo will come with a larger lunge than other swings in the combo. The only other thing you need to know for this video if you've never played Arkheron before is that you have 3 dashes whose indicator is just above your inventory, as well as a stamina bar that drains while you sprint. If you dash, you will lose one of the dash pips, which will restore after a short time. However, if you use all 3 dashes without giving them time to replenish, you are punished by having to wait for all 3 of your dashes to recharge. Easy enough? Got it? Good. In Arkheron, you can kind of queue up your next input during your current one as a way to make your next choice happen as soon as it possibly can, usually in an effort to take an enemy by surprise. This mechanic is both a blessing and a curse, as it can either be a great opportunity for skill expression if you read the fight correctly ahead of time, or it can really backfire if what you expect to happen doesn't end up coming to fruition. What you just saw was an example of queuing, or often called buffering, an ability during a dash. However, where the buffering concept is especially relevant in the melee weapon movement discussion is when it comes to buffering a dash during a swing in a weapons combo. This technique can not only help you dodge abilities or swings from enemy echoes sooner than if you did not buffer the dash, but also on certain weapons, it fits what I call their infinite dash cadence. What is an infinite dash cadence? I'm seriously so glad you asked. Can you tell I'm glad that you asked? Anyways, an infinite dash cadence is a weapon swing and dash timing in which you can dash, begin performing the weapon's combo, and then dash during that combo without ever dropping more than 1 dash pip. This technique is incredibly effective at chasing enemy players that are trying to get away from you in a fight, and can even serve as a faster way to traverse the map on some weapons. And currently, severely underutilized or entirely unnoticed by even some of the best Arkheron players. So why isn't everyone doing this? It seems easy. Just buffer a dash somewhere during the weapon's combo after the dash pip has replenished. Well, for some weapons, like the ones you've seen so far, Karriv's Lantern, Edani's Claws, and Dahla Sword, it works out to where those weapons combos and the dash recharge timing do line up to where buffering a dash works as an infinite dash cadence. But not every weapon is so simple. Take Leodin's Hammer as an example. The dash pip recharges slightly after the end of the second swing of the hammer, so if you try to buffer the dash during that second swing, you're going to already be dashing when the pip recharges, and therefore you're going to lose the infinite part of the IDC. Yes, I'm coining the phrase IDC to stand for Infinite Dash Cadence, or maybe Infinite Dash Combo? Let me know if you're Team Cadence or Team Combo in the comments. Anyways, back to Leodin's Hammer's quirky dash timing. Buffering the dash on the second swing wastes a dash, like we just saw, and performing the third swing, then buffering a dash, while technically still an IDC, isn't exactly a revolutionary discovery. So what am I getting at? Well, outside of buffering a dash, you can also perform what I'd call a dash cancel. Unlike buffering a dash where you are swinging, then dashing as soon as the swing ends, a dash cancel is where you start the animation of a swing, but you dash a split moment after you start that animation. This results in you starting to swing, but not actually doing so. You may be noticing that by employing this technique, especially if you are dash canceling a swing of a combo that happens to have any sort of lunge to it, you are benefiting from a non-zero portion of the lunge of the swing that you are dash canceling. This has massive implications when mastered across every melee weapon that the concept can apply to, but before we get into other weapons, I want to highlight the significance of dash canceling the first swing of any melee weapon combo whose first swing has a lunge as your first dash going into an IDC. That being said, the last thing I want to cover before I go into how you can figure out any weapon's quickest IDC is that not all swings of every weapon's combo are dash cancelable. Knowing which few you cannot dash cancel will just take some experimentation on your part. Okay, so I'm going to quickly just show you how to basically master all of the infinite dash combos with every weapon that you would ever want to in 4 easy steps. Okay, step 1, put this build on. So reset crown and 2 Penelope items to get the Penelope passive. I like to go with the umbrella because it helps you get around the training area a little bit faster than if you had the mirror. That's all. And then, of course, lastly, you're going to pick up the weapon in your last slot that you want to learn. So we're going to take a look at the Scimitar. Okay, so that's step 1. Get the right build. The reason why you use this build, you can make more mistakes because you have 5 dashes. And when you inevitably make enough mistakes in a row, you can just hit E to instantly get all your dashes back. So you're allowed to make more mistakes, and those mistakes are not as punishing because you have the reset crown. Okay, so efficient training leads to more training, which leads to you being better at whatever you're practicing. Okay, so that's step 1. Get the right build. Step 2. In order to start figuring out the infinite dash combo for this weapon, or like the quickest one at least, basically you're going to do a dash and then instantly buffer the full combo of the weapon. So Scimitar is a 4 swing combo, 17, 20, 20, 22. And we're going to take note of when the dash pip recharges during that combo. Okay, so we'll keep our eye on the dash pip section, and I'll just slam the whole 4-hit combo and we'll see. So dash, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that dash came back somewhere between the second and third swing, probably, or like ballpark in there, right? So we'll just do it one more time. Dash, swing, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so yeah, somewhere between the second and third-ish ballpark. Okay, so we have that kind of ballpark of when that dash regenerates. Now, what we need to do is we need to start experimenting with when can we dash in that combo without losing a second dash pip. Okay, that'll help us hone in on what is the perfect, or the quickest, I should say, set of dashes we can do during that combo, and therefore what is the quickest we can do as far as the infinite dash combo goes. Reminder, great thing to start getting into the habit of is on that first dash, it should really be a dash cancel of the first swing of the combo. Okay, so since the first swing of the combo has, even though it's quite lackluster on the Scimitar, at least a little bit of a forward movement there. It's good to get in the habit of doing a dash canceled auto instead of just dashing. Okay, so dash cancel auto, swing, swing, try to fit your dash in as soon as you can, as early as you can in the combo without losing a second dash. So because our dash regenerates between the second and the third swing on this weapon, why don't we try dash, swing, swing. During that second swing, we'll buffer a dash, right? Because that would be the soonest possible between the second and the third swing that we can dash. And let's see if we lose that second dash pip. Okay, so let's give it a shot. So we will dash, swing, swing, buffer our dash. Okay, so we buffered our dash and we did lose 2 dash pips there. And what does that mean? That means that we dashed the second time before our dash pip came back, which is no bueno, right? We don't want that to happen. We want to continuously be using the same dash, because if we do that combo over and over again, we would run out of dashes, right? Okay, we're running out of dashes. That's exactly what we don't want to happen. So since that is wrong, what we should do instead is hope that we can start that third swing and dash cancel it. And hopefully that minute little tiny window of starting that third auto is going to give us enough time to fully regenerate that first dash that we use. Okay. So again, good habit to get into is a dash canceled first dash. So I'll try to start implementing that from here on out on our first dash. Okay, so running. Okay. So canceling that third dash, canceling that third auto of the combo, a third swing for all you non-league players. Canceling that third swing with a dash is giving us just enough time to regenerate our original dash, right? So this is an infinite dash combo. And you can tell that you're doing it right because the swing kind of appears on your screen, right? That third swing does kind of appear. And that's how you can tell that you're doing it right. If you are not doing it right, it'll look something like this. Okay, I'm not starting the third auto here, but you could argue that this is faster in terms of the moment that I start my second dash. Yes, this might be sooner for me to dash, but the reason why that is not as good as dash canceling that third auto is look at the third auto. See that lunge on that third auto? Okay, it's not the greatest thing in the world or anything, but it's not a lunge, right? So it's worth doing that 1 millisecond of that third auto in order to get a portion of that lunge added to your dash. Okay, so you're looking at getting a portion of that third one by doing the dash canceled auto. It is worth noting that even though the third auto is on your screen when I do it right, uh, it doesn't deal damage. Okay, so the first two will deal damage, but the third one, even though it's kind of on the screen, it is being canceled. It is not ever going to be dealing damage. Okay. Um, okay, so that is step 3 is experiment with dashes being placed around that point that you basically took note of in step 2 is like step 2 is figure out when during the combo that dash is going to regenerate between the second and third swing ish is what we came up with in our first take there. And then step 3 is experiment with dashing, right? Put a buffered dash on the swing that's before and hope that it works, right? Because that's way easier than doing a dash cancel. Um, but if it doesn't work, then you have to dash cancel the third one, in our case, with the Scimitar. Okay. Now, there's a 4th step. So just because that is our quickest infinite dash combo, and yes, that's probably going to be the one that you use most often, especially when you're like traversing the map with this technique. That's not going to be the one that you use all the time when you're fighting someone, right? Because again, this is a 17, 20, 20, 22. The end of the combo does the most damage, and that's true for most melee weapons. The game rewards you for getting your whole combo off by giving you more damage toward the end of the combo. So if you're like running at someone and you finally get onto them, and you're finally onto them and they're out of dashes and you're hitting them, yes, you're going to want to finish the combo. You don't want to cancel it in that case, right? You want to hit them with your higher damage end of combo swings. It's when they get their dashes back that you want to kind of transfer back into this cadence of like, okay, I need to do my max hit combo. And when you're on them, if you can land that third hit, perform the third hit all the way, don't cancel it, right? And if you're gonna land the 4th hit, obviously land the 4th hit. But if you're gonna land the 3rd hit, but you're not gonna land the 4th hit, you can always, if the weapon allows you to, cancel not the third hit like we've been doing, but the fourth hit. Okay, so that's what I mean by step 4 is experiment outside of that quote unquote quickest, or like not quote unquote, but the experiment outside of the quickest combo, because you're not always going to want to do the quickest infinite dash combo. If you're on someone and you can hit them 3 times, hit them 3 times and cancel the fourth one. Okay. You still benefit from the fourth lunge, but you're not wasting your time missing this. Right? And if you are going to hit all 4, hit all 4 and buffer a dash after your fourth hit. Oh, sorry. Okay. Buffer at the end of the combo if you're going to hit the whole combo. And if not, cancel it whenever it makes sense to. If you're going to land 3, cancel the fourth. Okay. So hopefully that line of thinking makes sense. I'm going to drop the Scimitar and move on real quick. I'm going to do the same 4 steps, but with Fury Bracers, because Fury Bracers are really interesting. Actually got a whole other concept to introduce here. So let's do it. Okay, step 1, get our build. Okay, that's already done. Step 2, dash, do the full combo, and take note of when the dash pip regens. Okay, so dash, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the dash pip came back basically as soon as I said 3. So basically right on the third swing. What that means is it's, first of all, highly unlikely that if I buffer a dash into that second swing that we're going to get the dash back in time. Like if the dash seems to be repopulating at the start of the third hit, it's very unlikely that we're going to get a successful infinite dash combo by buffering. But hey, I'm greedy. I want it to be easy, so I'm going to just hope and pray, because this is my first time doing this, of course. Dash, 1, 2, dash. Okay, so I lost my second dash pip. So that's bad. I'll do it one more time. 1, 2, dash. Oh, I probably did it a little bit too slow, actually. Okay, so buffering uh, a dash into that second one results in us losing another pip, and that is not what we want, right? We want to stay on our first pip the entire time. So what do? Well, we're going to cancel the third one. Instead of buffering a dash into the second one, we're gonna dash cancel the third auto and see what happens. Okay, so oops, sorry about that. Okay, so we're dash canceling that third auto, and guess what? We lost all our dashes again. What's interesting about the Fury Bracers and a few other weapons as well, it kind of forces you to employ a technique where you have to purposefully slow down your combo in order to do the ideal or the quickest infinite dash combo with this weapon. So if I'm spamming left click to attack as fast as possible, I don't get enough time between the second and third swing for my dash to regen. And I never will. Even through canceling the third one, I still don't get enough time, like we just saw. But what I can do is I can slow down my clicks to slow down the combo, but still do the combo. So what you can do is between the second and the third swing, slow your combo by like an amount that you don't even notice, and you will get the infinite dash combo that way. So let's give that a try. So I'll dash, swing, 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 with a slight slowness between the second and third, and I will still cancel the third, and I will get the infinite dash combo that way. So let's try that. Okay. So this game like really forces you to not be button mashing. Because if you button mash, you're gonna queue, you're gonna like buffer attacks that you don't mean to do, and it's a whole mess. And like this example, there is a time and a place to you want to slow down sometimes. Rarely, but this is one of those times. Okay, so that's the quickest infinite dash combo that you can do on this weapon. And what I suggest is like use this time in the training room, since you don't have to actually aim at anything, to just watch your dash pip. And as you're getting the hang of it, you can like just watch when your dash pip regenerates, and that's when you can start your third auto. And once you get the hang of that, you can start limit testing it and limit testing it back and further back, and less of a delay between your second and third auto until you really get the hang of it. So, okay, just keeping my eye on the dash pip. And as soon as I see it, that's when I do my third auto. And you cancel it with the dash. Maybe a few times in there you kind of saw that you don't even see the dash pip regenerate sometimes, and that's how you know that you're really getting it good. You're really getting good at a weapon when you stop seeing the dash pip at all. Okay, so let's drop that. We'll do one more using those same steps just to kind of solidify things. We'll do Ripper Blades. Okay, step 1, get our build done. Step 2 is dash and use the full combo. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so somewhere between the second and third, right? So what does that mean? We're going to buffer a dash into our second one and hope for the best. So let's try it. 1, 2, dash. Okay, we lost the second pip. That means that buffering into the second dash is not going to work for this weapon. So what do? We need to dash cancel the third auto and see if that works. And it does. Complete with a nice lunge from the third auto. Okay. And again, if you're going to land the 30 at the end of this combo, land the 30 at the end of the combo, and then go back into your cadence of catching up to them as they run away, or as they reposition or whatever. And if they make the mistake of wasting all their dashes and they are sitting there with no dashes, that's when you can do the full combo and add a dash buffer, a buffered dash to the end of the combo. And as they get their dashes back, you go from that buffered dash at the end back into your infinite dash combo. And guess what? They're just taking damage the entire time, running out of dashes, panicking like noobs. And the whole time you've had, in our case with Penelope, 4 dashes in your back pocket. Okay, so another good thing about this is that as they are running away and using all their dashes and running out of dashes, they are using their stamina bar. One thing to note, if you are attacking and dashing, you are not losing stamina. So it's kind of nice to know that they are using a resource that you don't even have to touch. Some of these combos can even be used to set up their abilities. Like if I use Edani Claws and do the dash buffered after that combo, like if you're coming around a corner, you can kind of catch people up by surprise by like kind of like using that as a lunge out of people. And I almost guarantee you that a lot of people would kind of be really thrown off by that right now. That technique might get less and less effective as players get better, but it is what it is. Okay, so long story short, those are the 4 steps to learn any weapons dash combo. And really, I can't stress enough the importance of going past just that basic first combo. Because going back to the Fury Bracers where we kind of stopped at this combo, you got to remember that's only the third swing that we're canceling. You can cancel the 4th one. if you're gonna land the third one. If you're gonna land the third one, don't cancel it. Get the damage, right? Get the damage. Cancel the fourth one. Okay. Experiment with the end, not just the quickest version, because canceling the end is going to be just important because you're going to want to land that damage and cancel the latest that you can sometimes, or not at all, and buffer the dash out of the last one if you're going to land the whole combo. Quickly, just want to point out in the description of this video, there's going to be a link to a spreadsheet where I've kind of documented all these weapons, and just for people that don't want to sit here and figure it out themselves, they can read the spreadsheet and kind of just be told what the best thing is, and they can just practice what they read. That's an option. Also, you should follow me on Twitch, just saying, twitch.tv/ZYSL. And for the remainder of this video, what you're going to be watching is my friends. What they are going to be doing is we're going to line up here in the video, somewhere around here, and they are going to dash outside out of the gate, and we're basically going to race around this area. What they're going to be doing is they're going to be using all three of their dashes as soon as they come up, as soon as they become available. Like a lot of people do today, traversing the Ascension map, especially. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing variations of infinite dash combos on pretty much every weapon that is relevant enough to show. And basically what you're going to be able to do is compare how fast a infinite dash combo is to someone just full on sprinting and using all three of their dashes. So you'll notice that some weapons have combos that are faster. You'll have some weapons that are very comparable. Like they keep up, but they're not necessarily faster. But even the thing about that is if an infinite dash combo is comparable, it's probably better. Why? Because you never run out of dashes. I always have two dashes, and you have several seconds of the race that you're out of dashes by using all three dashes. And also, I'm not using an ounce of stamina. Cool. I guess the only downside to it is that, if you can't see me, you're going to know what weapon I have because I'm going to be making a whole bunch of noise. So the stealth factor is gone. I will give it that, but does that really matter? I don't know. Probably not. Okay, so yeah, enjoy that. And I guess between now and then, I will put in one bonus clip of the most broken item in the game, Bashing Shield, and a cool little thing you can do with that. So enjoy that. Peace.